Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Once again, we are live. Another amazing video specifically for my authors, and even those of you who may not be authors, but are on track to do something amazing with success. So, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Ray Destin Jr. I'm the founder and CEO of BOBM Publishing, full service publishing house that helps authors with everything from the creation of the book to the marketing, websites, branding, you name it, we got it. So today I won't be before you long. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but this one is huge. This one is majorly important. What we're getting ready to talk about, and it's something that I had to personally go and do for myself many years ago. I'll even go back to 2010 when I first jumped into being a speaker, right? I had to learn the importance of building up a success circle. And so for those of you who are like, what's your success circle? What is that? Is that like you just get around a whole bunch of successful people and all of a sudden you become successful? Yes and no. Yes and no. So I want to walk you through this slowly, because if you have the right circle around you, your life can go to a completely different level. If you do it right, your life will go to a completely different level. If it's not done and you don't see the value in changing your circle or shifting the people that are in your life, some people need to be categorized differently, right? Some relationships have to change. Some things have to be removed from your life. And this is all about that. So when we talk about building your success circle, let's go from the top all the way down. One of the first things about your success circle is that they need to be goal driven. Goal driven. That's huge. That's important. Accountable. If they are not accountable and they're not holding you accountable, don't expect to see different results. And then lastly is the relationship that you have with these people. So before I even start on this, I want to give a shout out to some of the people that are actually in my personal success circle. One, first and foremost, obviously is God. Second is my parents. Third is my mentor, Saul Paul. Guy has been holding me down since, or building me up since 2010. We knew each other much longer than that. But even today, one of the first things that I got was a text message from him. And the text message just said something simple. How can I pray for you today? What can I pray for you today? What can I pray for you today? And that makes a huge difference in your life. When you know that you have somebody that is genuinely praying for you and not praying on you. It's a huge difference between the two. Another one is my guy, Chip Baker. Chip Baker, we've been rocking, I want to say probably about 4 years now. And each time it's always a joy. It's always encouraging whenever we talk to each other. So that's part of my success circle. When I first started off, one of the people that was in my success circle, Isaac Rowe. Look at him like a little brother, even to this day. Don't always see eye to eye, but he's like my little brother. When I was doing the youth mentoring programs, Bavu Blakes, one of the guys who said, whoa, he sat me down. And this was, I remember a conversation, and I'm going through some things for a reason. Bavu Blakes worked with me at Time Warner Cable before I made the transition from being at this particular company into full-time entrepreneurship. And he was only there for a few months. He was working on his teacher certification. And while he was working on his teacher certification, I'm sitting there, and my normal tasks and duties were to take the escalations or help agents in the call center. And he knew that I was already speaking. We had been around each other again for over 20 years. And he said to me, he said, Sugar, let's sit down real quick. And he sat at my desk and he wrote down the word minister. And he said, I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said, that's not me. I said, I'm not a minister. That's not something that I do. And he said, look up the word. And I looked it up, and what it came down to was minister is someone who uplifts, encourages, and builds up people. It doesn't matter the faith denomination. It doesn't say anything about that. He said, you're already doing that. He said, and the minute that you take that 100% serious and really go into what you're called to do, your life is going to change. That one conversation changed my life completely in that moment. Giving you all these examples, another one that I got to give a huge shout out to, Brandon Foster. We call him B Foster back in the day, DJ T-Knock. At a certain point in my life, I was going through some things, and so I wasn't necessarily doing everything that was right. And we had a conversation. He was driving me from UT to the house one day, and he looked at me, and the conversation, I'm not going to give you the details of the conversation, but basically he looked me in my eyes after I had told him, you better than this. He looked me dead in my eyes and said, nah, Suge, you better than this. Those moments have made a difference in the trajectory of my personal success. And so with these people that have been around me, I've been in relationships with some amazing people that have encouraged me, that have uplifted me. And so I want to break this down for you, because your personal success circle is composed of a few types of people. If you build it right, it will be built of a few types of people. One of the first types of people is that they need to be goal driven. What do I mean by goal driven? A lot of people talk about the things that they want to do. Man, you know what? I'm gonna be a motivational speaker. I'm gonna start this business. I'm going to, and you'll hear a lot of going to, but you never see any action. I'm gonna start this youth camp. I'm gonna start this youth program. I'm gonna start my own fashion line. If they're goal driven, what you'll see is that they constantly set consistent goals for themselves. And what that does, when you're around someone who's goal driven, it forces you to make a change in your personal life. It forces you to say, wait a minute, how can I become more goal driven? Because I see the things that they're accomplishing, and it's going to encourage you to go after your goals with a different passion, with a different fervor, the same way that they do. People who are goal driven are always consistently focused on the next level. Shout out to a young lady that I know who today passed her real estate license or real estate exam to get her real estate agent license, and has been talking about it. But not only has she been talking about it, she's been putting the steps necessary daily, studying consistently. Each time I've checked in, I've heard, I'm studying, I'm working on this, I'm working on that. If you're focused on the next level, you're going to take the steps, the consistent steps to get to that next level, as opposed to constantly saying what you're going to do. You speak it once, you take the action every moment after. People who are goal driven also help you to reach your goals. If you say that you want to do something around somebody who's goal driven, they're not going to say, oh, that's cool. They're going to say, that's great, that's amazing, you can do it. How are you going to do it? And if you don't have the answers of how you're going to do it, they will help you come up with a meticulous plan for your personal life. One of the other people in my life who's done that for me consistently has been another mentor of mine, Sean Hardiman. Sean Hardiman, each time I talk to him, if we begin a conversation about what it is that I want to do, he'll say, give me your next steps, give me the blueprint, give me the game plan. What are you going to do? And these are the types of people that you want around you, people that are constantly encouraging you to go after the next level, but also meticulously putting a plan in place with you. They don't have to necessarily take the actions for you. If you're waiting on someone who is going to do it for you, you're not looking for a success circle. You're looking for a handout. There's a huge difference, right? Next thing about your success circle. You and your circle should be accountable to each other. There's two types of people, or three types of people, that I recommend for this accountability. And I talked about it yesterday on the call. One is a mentor. A mentor is somebody who is going to walk you through the steps, who's going to sit there. They'll listen to you for a second, but they're also going to get you back on track. What is it that you want? You can sit here and wallow in misery as much as you want. But if you're wallowing in misery, you're not going after the things that you said that you want. Being successful is going after the things that you want, going after your goals consistently, long after it feels comfortable. Long after it feels comfortable. If it's, I'll give you an example. As a new author, a lot of people say, I want to sell so many books. After that first 2 weeks, they stop posting. They stop sharing information about their book. They stop sharing content. They stop looking for opportunities to speak. They stop looking for people who are looking for their book outside of the circle that they had. That is not what's going to get you to the next level. As a mentor, I've had situations in my personal life where I've had to call on my mentors and explain, yo, this is not going right now. This is, I just don't feel like life is treating me a certain way. And each time, both of the mentors that I have said something along the lines of, I feel you, because I remember when I was at that level personally, and this was happening to me, this is what I did to get through it. They'll give you the guidelines. They'll give you the steps to get out of it. A coach is someone else that I highly recommend that each and every one of you as a brand new author gets. The reason that you want a coach is because a coach is somebody who is going to walk you through the process based on steps that they've already taken, based on things that they know work, based on things that they know others have done to help them become successful. If you listen to either your mentor or your coach, what's going to happen is that you'll see the results that they've already told you are possible. But if you are not willing to be coachable, if you're not willing to be mentored, and you just want someone to listen to, go find a good friend. It's not your mentor's job or your coach's job to be dragged down every day. It's their job to encourage you to get back on track, get back on the right path, and to give you the steps that you need to take in order to go to the next level. Also, an accountability partner. An accountability partner is somebody that you can consistently see yourself rising with. They may be on a different path or they may be on the same path, but you all are checking in consistently, weekly, monthly, quarterly, at the least a quarterly check-in. The reason that you want an accountability partner is because these are people who are striving for something in their personal life as well. You may be working on a business goal. They may be working on a personal goal. Man, you know what? This year I want to make 7 figures. Okay, this year I want to lose 100 pounds. If you two are consistently checking in, they may check you on your business side. Okay, you said you want to make 7 figures. How much have you made so far? Your quarterly check-in should look like this. Okay, this quarter I've made 250. This quarter I've made 250. This quarter I've made 125. Okay, what do you need to do to step it up in the last quarter to hit that 7-figure threshold? If you're checking in with them on their personal goals, again, I want to lose 100 pounds. What is the dates? What are the dates? What are the timelines? What are the strategies that you're going after? You don't have to be in the same field, but you have to be somebody who is willing to hold the other person accountable. With these accountability partners, with your coach, with your mentor, if you only have one of those, then give yourself a reward that you're going to give yourself when you hit certain goals. If you don't have a reward, give yourself a punishment for missing certain goals. You know what? If I don't sell 100 books this month, then I am going to turn the TV off for the next 2 weeks until I sell the rest of those 100 books or those 1,000 books or those 1,500, however many books that it is that you want. If I don't lock in so many speaking engagements, if I don't lock in so many coaching clients, give yourself punishments, because there's something that's holding you back from getting to the level that you want to. With an accountability partner, a nice reward could be, you know what, where every time we meet, we sit down at our favorite restaurant. My old accountability partner, I love her to death, Miss Kito Johori. Every time we would meet for accountability purposes, sometimes we just go walk. We go walk Pflugerville Lake. Other times we go to a faux restaurant and sit down and we would talk about the things that we are working on. What are your design goals? What are your marketing goals? What are your business goals? What is it that you're trying to achieve this week, this month, this quarter? It's because what's going to happen when you start doing that is you give yourself a sense of check-in. If you think about it, at your job, you have a weekly and daily check-in. You check in by punching that clock. 8 o'clock, you're supposed to be in. So you got to log in to Chronos or to whatever time management system they have. At 10 o'clock, you clock out for lunch on, again, the same time system. Now, when you have an accountability partner, a coach, or a mentor, you're checking in based on your goals on a monthly, a weekly, or quarterly timeline. Next thing about your success circle. These people should have a relationship with you that allows them to edify you. There's a meme that I love, and I see it all the time. Your name is being spoken in rooms that you haven't even placed your feet in. When you have the right people around you, what happens is they begin to mention your names in circles that you wouldn't even begin to imagine. If you have those type of people in your life that are mentioning your name in circles that you haven't been in rooms that you haven't been in, then they're creating opportunities for you, because there's nothing like edification. Word of mouth about someone or something is huge. It's crucial. And so when someone is mentioning your name, it takes away that initial meeting awkwardness that you have with the new person. If I am talking to someone that's been edified and they know, oh man, this guy and his company has helped so many authors and they've been successful, I don't have to walk into that and say, hey, my name is Sugar Ray Destin Jr. This is what I do. This is what we've done, because they've already heard about you. That is huge. You want to be around people that are edifying you and not bringing you down in different rooms. Trust me, I've been around both types of people, and I prefer to be around those who are going to edify me. You want to be around someone that allows you to vent. Again, as I talked about my mentors, my coaches, my accountability partner, each time, if there was something that needed to be discussed, guess what? Go ahead, vent, get it out. But don't drain me. Don't drain me, because every time I talk to you, all you're doing is venting. You want someone who allows you to vent, but at the same time throws it back at you and says, okay, this is what you're going through. You've been through worse. You've been through this storm. I've been through this storm. Here's how you can get out of it. Because now they're beginning to empower you. They're beginning to encourage you. They're inspiring you, and they're educating you. These are the types of people that you want in your success circle. You want people around you that help you to grow. I love what Dame Dash says. He said, if everybody in your circle has money, then nobody is broke. But if you are around people that are always asking you for something, or always asking you for money, or always asking you for opportunities, and they're never providing, then what you have are people that are dragging you down. Sometimes you have to take those people out of your circle and put them to the side while you are focused on where you're going, and replace them with somebody else. Here's the thing that most people don't understand. We usually have this 6-block mentality. And what I mean by the 6-block mentality is that we're used to being around people that we're used to being around, because they're familiar, they're comfortable. It can be people that you grew up with. It can be people that are in the same line of work, but they aren't achieving at the same level. Sometimes you have to let those people go to the side so that you can continue to align yourself with others. I'm a huge believer in God, and what God has always done anytime somebody has removed themselves from my life, somebody else with better intentions has jumped into that same place and said, let's go. You'll find that sometimes people that you've known for less than 2 or 3 weeks will do more for you than people that you've known your entire life. That one is something that has to sink in. If you are scared to remove people from your life or to shift them into a different position, then you'll never be around those who truly are in your circle and in your corner. And it's a beautiful thing when you get to the point that you are comfortable with being around people who are truly in your corner, right? Again, your success circle is a choice. You can build a success circle of people that are constantly moving you to action, people that are goal-driven, people that hold you accountable and allow you to hold them accountable, and people who edify you in rooms that you're not in. If you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to surround yourself with people who want success for themselves as well as for you, you don't have a success circle. And I encourage each and every one of you as new authors, as new entrepreneurs, to go out and find that tribe, because there's a funny thing that happens. For years, and I mean for years, when I was younger, elementary, middle school, and high school, I always felt uncomfortable. I always felt uncomfortable in different rooms, and I could not figure out why. I've always been taller than most, so I've always been, well, you're supposed to be the athlete. I've always been in the honors and elite classes. So in some circles, I didn't feel comfortable. In other circles, I didn't feel comfortable. When I finally got into entrepreneurship and surrounded myself with other entrepreneurs, other authors, other business people that were going places, that instead of talking about, man, I got the latest Jordans, they started talking about, man, you know what? I just made 6 figures on this deal. I just bought a $1 million property. I just invested in myself. I just invested. I work with this coach. They are so amazing. You need to work with them. They're great. Shout out to Alexis Galloway. She does that all the time to me. Hey, you need to check out this program. You need to check out this person. They're helping me elevate. When you find those people in your life that are constantly encouraging and uplifting you and are putting you in the room where opportunity is in abundance, what you'll find is there's enough for everybody to eat. And not only is there enough for everybody to eat, but you'll feel so much less stress because everybody has the same goal. We want to win, and we want to see you win. Listen, if this video helped you, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that heart button, and share it, because we're trying to help other people get those books out of their heads onto the paper, and so they can help others like you and me. Go find your success circle. I highly encourage that you find that tribe of people that are genuinely looking out for you. Sometimes it's not the people that you're connected to the closest. It may be somebody in your not immediate circle, but outside of your immediate circle, that's sitting there waiting on you to be successful, because you're going to be the person that breaks the chain, not only for you, but also for your family, for their families, and for your community. Listen, I love y'all. Until next time, I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good one.